Soda news for April of 2026. Pepsi beats Sprite, a creamy Mountain Dew, and Pepsi Prebiotic Cola. Is it failing? All of this and more in Soda News with me, DJ Glowing Ice, on the Soda Historian. So first off, as you see, there is a lot to cover. So we'll go on the end here. Here we have a Diet Coke Lime, and it's a limited edition flavor. I haven't reviewed this yet, and this is a re-release. They put this out last year, I think. And I did buy a bottle, but I just didn't drink it. I just kept it to collect it. But this one I'm going to try, and it's back for a limited time. Once again, it's got kind of that classic retro style label on it. It looks pretty cool. Very simple, but very nice at the same time. And then we've got a new exclusive limited edition flavor of Sprite Chill that came out recently in March only in Walmart stores exclusively. It's Sprite Chill Mango Citrus. I tried this one. It is absolutely fabulous. So if you are looking for a new and great Sprite flavor, definitely pick this one up. It has a mixture of mango, obviously, but instead of just the lemon and lime calling for the citrus part of it, there's also a hint of orange in it as well. And then it's got that chill factor that they put in it that really is ramped up more than any other Sprite Chill flavor that I did try in the past. They had the original cherry lime and then the strawberry kiwi, which was a limited time thing. Those both had a little bit of chill factor, but I definitely felt it in that one. That one was awesome. Now, next up, we've got another limited edition flavor. It's Fanta Crimson Sour Cherry. Now, this is a flavor that is straight up tart. If you are looking for a really tart cherry flavored soda, this is your go-to. This will be your main. And it's tied in with Diablo 4 and a lot of Xbox games and everything like that, celebrating the 25th anniversary of Xbox. And there's some games you could scan the code there and play it on your phone. I played them, they were fun. I recorded them all so I could archive them on this channel. So a video of all those games, me playing through them, will be coming up soon on the channel. But yeah, it was a fun release. The soda is definitely unique. And I don't know, it was just very tart. That's all I could say. But yeah, it's a unique one. Maybe try it once more. That's what I would give it. And then we've got Mr. Pibb Thrillin' Vanilla. I picked this one up. I haven't been able to find the Punchin' Peach, which is also available at the moment. And they are permanent releases, so not limited edition or anything. So Coca-Cola is really going hard on the new revamped version of their Pibb line with bringing Pibb Extra back to just Mr. Pibb instead. Mr. Pibb was the original name for the soda. Then they went to Pibb Extra around 2000. And then, I don't know, 25 years later, they're just like, let's just go back, but add more caffeine. And we're just going to say this is a soda with a kick, a cherry kick. And so now they are branching out. And this is the first time they actually made Pibb flavors variants, instead of just the original with maybe a zero sugar or a diet. They're actually like adding vanilla to it and a peach flavor. So both of those are out, and they're spreading their wings, so to speak. And I tried this one. It's a 9.5 out of 10. It is a really, really great tasting soda. You got the spice, you got the cherry, you got the vanilla added to it. But I will have to say it needs a little touch of a bit more vanilla for me to really appreciate it. And then we've got the oddest release so far this year. It's not so odd anymore because it's so commonplace to have dirty sodas now, but this is Dirty Mountain Dew, and it's a creamy Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew with cream soda added to it. This is definitely a soda a lot of people are torn on. Some people feel like this soda is great, and some people just say it's absolutely disgusting. Me, I was like right down the middle with this one. I thought it's pulling me to a cream soda. I taste the vanilla, the sweetness, and then the citrus over here. But both of the flavors just didn't mesh well. And it's just a very bipolar soda. And they just don't mix. A citrus and a vanilla, it's just not going to work. So it was odd, and it didn't taste horrible, but it was just so different and unique that it's like an abstract art painting. You know, you're not going to look at it just for its sheer, like, how talented it was and how much time it took. You kind of just have to see it for what it is and be like, okay, I could kind of see what they were trying to do, and I guess they tried. It's not awful. It's just you got to look at it a certain way. Yeah. I gave it a 5.5, I think, out of 10 or something. Just middle of the road type of ranking. And then once again, we've got the Pepsi Prebiotic Colas that are still out. I've seen them very hit and miss. And they may be in trouble, which we will get into in the story a little later in this video. But I have still seen them spotty here and there. And then we've got the Canada Dry. Check this one out. Strawberry Fruit Splash. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of ginger ale. I'll be honest. I really don't know or care too much. I didn't grow up drinking it. Just wasn't a fan. But anyways, I decided to start drinking ginger ale lately. And maybe it's more of an adult style soda. And I'm actually enjoying it quite a bit. And this flavor in particular is absolutely amazing. I haven't reviewed it yet, but I have drank a can myself, and it is a solid 10 out of 10. Now, when I go to re-review it again, will I change my mind? Will things just go awry? We'll see. But at the moment, like just from passing by and taking a swig and be like, oh wow, yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, that's what I think about that one. And I think this is a permanent flavor. It's not a limited edition, so if you do come across this one, the Strawberry Fruit Splash Canada Dry, it is definitely worth picking up. And then this one, I finally found today at a exotic store. It's Mountain Dew Supernova. It is back. It's a classic flavor that first came out, I think, during the mid 2000s, like 2008 or something like that. But it is berry melon flavored Mountain Dew, and apparently the original had like ginseng or something added to it as well. Everything was about ginseng back then, you know, just to give yourself a little kick, a bit more energy. But apparently I've heard that this is pretty spot on to the original Supernova that released 15 some odd 20 years ago. So this will definitely be exciting to try because I never tried it back then. So it's back, but it's only available in Canada. So that's why I had to get this at an exotic store. So I got 2 bottles. Got this one I'm going to review. Got the other one stored away. And let's see. Creamy Coconut Dr. Pepper is re-released this summer. I didn't really like that one, you know, and I love coconut stuff. And maybe since I love coconut stuff so much, I drank it and I just didn't taste as much. So I was just like, more! I want more! And they just weren't hitting me with as much coconut as a coconut fanatic such as I wanted it to be. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 solid news stories for you. One is about Pepsi possibly doing good, and then Pepsi possibly going wrong. So we'll start with the good news, and then we'll end with the bad news, and we'll wrap it all up with some soda pickups that I found recently, and that will be it. But let's get into the good news about Pepsi. So in the terms of soda brand sales, from top to bottom, number 1, we obviously have Coca-Cola. They are always number 1, winning the top spot in sales overall. And then for the longest time, it was Pepsi right below them. Pepsi was always number 2. But I want to say by 2019, 2020, Pepsi started falling. And Dr. Pepper, who was always in number 3, rose and became number 2. And Pepsi fell to number 3. It was a big shocker. Get this. Sprite actually, at one point, Sprite actually beat Pepsi, and Pepsi was in the 4th spot. So they were really falling. They were at their worst last year, or in 2024, where they were in the 4th spot. And Sprite, the brand, was selling more than Pepsi. That is pretty painful. Now, Sprite is a very strong brand owned by Coca-Cola, but to be beaten, your flagship brand beaten by another brand's secondary soda brand it's bad. It's pathetic, actually. That just lets you know how much Pepsi was fumbling over the years. But with their dropping some prices on snack foods, not so much soda, but snack foods, it has made PepsiCo as a brand itself become larger and sell more. They had this idea just the past couple years of, hey, let's maybe lower the prices on our products, because they had upped them quite a bit since the pandemic and to, combat inflation. But they're like, had this, mind-blowing idea of thinking, people aren't buying our stuff because we are jacking up what if we just made them more affordable or easier on the pocketbook? Wow, people are coming back to buy the products. We are getting profit once again. Who would have thought, So there is that, and I've noticed when I'm in the aisles of the chips and I will see the Frito-Lay, the Doritos, and I see this labeling slapped on it now, lower price, new lower price. I'm like, oh, okay, if you say so. Still, a bag of chips is $5. I don't see that as a low price. I say a bag of chips, I say a bag of chips should be about $3. I'm a millennial. I was born in the 80s, so maybe I'm just stuck in the past. But I still think a bag of chips for $5 is kind of a high call. It's kind of a reach. But regardless, that's what they did to kind of raise things. And apparently, Pepsi as a brand has been selling quite a bit more. So, since the beginning of this year in 2026, from all of these changes in the past year Pepsi has been doing, they have beaten Sprite to make them at number 3. So, the top soda brands at this very moment, we have Coca-Cola Classic, the standard. Then we have Dr. Pepper. And then number 3, Pepsi is now finally back in the top 3 at least, with the regular Pepsi Cola. Then 4th is Diet Coke, and then 5th place is Sprite. So anyways, that is what is happening with Pepsi. It's been a little sad for them since the 2020s. They, right after the pandemic, you had Pepsi Vanilla, which was one of the greatest flavors of Pepsi of all time, just decided to go, hey, Pepsi, let's have this great idea, okay? Let's cut out one of the greatest flavors you do have and just start messing and experimenting with other flavors that absolutely just suck or just don't live up to anything. Let's do that. Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, okay. So with that being said, we are going to turn our focus into this. Pepsi Prebiotic Cola. And there isn't solid news on this yet, but I've been looking at some things, and from my own 2 eyes, my own experience, I could kind of tell you at least my theory about where this soda brand is going. The prebiotic Pepsi that was released, early launch just for people that bought it on Black Friday last year on Amazon. It sold out within 30 hours when it went up. 30 hours seems like a stretch because a lot of limited time sodas that Pepsi does put out, it sells out within an hour, 2 hours. But I feel like it was bought up by just a lot of hype, and a lot of people are into gut health. So I feel like, and a lot of influencers like me, I should have bought it, but I just didn't care. But it did sell out within 30 hours. Apparently, that was a thing they could, a feather Pepsi could put in their hat and say, hey, this stuff sold out within a day or so. So, I mean, this should be something big. And they made all these hype videos about it online. Like they have like young, hip, cool looking kids with rap music behind it. Yeah, oh yeah, it's so cool. I'm at the basketball court drinking some prebiotic Pepsi because I care about my gut while I'm playing basketball. And we get that. When you're marketing something, you want it to be new, hip, young. Get the young audience to buy it because they're more pliable. They're easier to catch on to things as opposed to older people that are kind of set in their ways as to what they really do enjoy. So what Pepsi did was they bought Poppy. That's how this soda came to be. They bought Poppy, which is a prebiotic soda company. And so they have this whole line of Poppy prebiotic soda flavors. And they're like, well, we have the formula to this. Why not take what we invested almost $2 billion in and throw it into our flagship flavor and see, how much, we could really push and maximize the brand to its full potential. And so they hyped it up last year, released it Black Friday. People tried it, and a lot of people really loved it. Now me, I was skeptical. I could go either way. I don't know. I had absolutely no idea what this had in store. And I'm like, well, this could actually be good. I'm not sure. They discontinued vanilla Pepsi, but here we've got a cherry vanilla Pepsi. It's just in prebiotic form. So maybe, with the classic prebiotic cola and the cherry vanilla, maybe it's going to be good. I don't know. So it went national this year in February of 2026, and I didn't rush out and hunt and go in different places. I was just one day, my brother gave me a call and he's like, hey, have you seen this prebiotic Pepsi? I'm like, no, not yet. I'm looking for it. He's like, yeah, it's here at Target. It's on this end cap. And I was like, okay, I'll go pick up a case of each, and I'll give him a can because he was curious too. So I gave it to him. And so I went, found it on an end cap, kind of away. There was no like advertising or excitement about it, no banners. Get prebiotic Pepsi Cola right here, no flashing light arrows coming down to it or nothing. It was just kind of like, okay, we got this crap. Let's set it all. Yeah, if people really want it, they'll see it out. So bought it, took it home, reviewed it. I absolutely trashed this stuff. I trashed it so hard, and rightfully so. This stuff tasted awful. Now I get it, it's for gut health and to promote gut health. There's only 30 calories in it. Total sugar's 5 grams. I never tried a soda that was so hyped up. Maybe the Slice that's also prebiotic soda, that was awful too. But I never tried a Pepsi soda that was just so downright horrible to give it, 0 out of 10 ratings on both of them until then, buying this crap. Now, as a collector, I really do appreciate the design. Great design of the can. The original prebiotic cola has these bottle caps on it. Then the Pepsi vanilla, you got like the cherries on there. These were awful. So before I reviewed these guys, I had talked about how these are going to taste awful. That was just my gut feeling, no pun intended. I said it in a few posts here and there from Pepsi, and people were saying, oh, you don't knock it till you try it, man. It's going to be good. Oh, it's going to be awesome. It's like, how do you know? So after reviewing them, I threw the video up on YouTube, and a lot of people were like, finally, someone said something that is real about this soda. And when everybody else, like, I haven't found like maybe one or two of just like some Southern boy with like 50 subscribers on his channel, and he drank it and he's like, yep, no, that's horrible. Okay. Like Like, every person that takes their reviews in their YouTube channel seriously was like going on and on, ranting and raving about how great these were. And I'm like, are you paid by Pepsi? Like, what is going on here? And this, like, it really lets me know or think that there is some conspiracy about how there are a lot of people online that are just bots, and they're bought up by companies. Like, maybe they are real people, but maybe they're just so programmed by something that they just have to be nice about just horrible products. Do you get a check or something? Because I don't get how people drink this and think it's good unless you are like that into gut health, which there's like a small percentage of people that are into prebiotic sodas. Like, has taken off and it's popular, but this flavor in particular is just bad. So I called my brother up and I asked him, I was like, hey, did you try that Pepsi Prebiotic Cola? And he was like, oh, God, yeah. He was like, it was awful. I poured it down the sink. I was like, yeah. And then my friend Grego from the Timescales, he told me it was awful too. So I'm like, I'm glad I talked to real people that I know aren't robots or paid off by PepsiCo to let me know, yeah, I wasn't wrong in this. Now, even if they said they liked it, I'm still going to stand by what I think. But like, just to know and confirm from other people that I'm not delusional, that this stuff sucks that bad, it was a good feeling. So with that in mind, I'm like looking at some reviews, and some of them get like 4 out of 5 stars. And I see some people give it 1 star. So I'm like, okay, well, it's kind of hit and miss what people are saying about this. But like, after all the hype in February when these were released, like, I see some reels here and there on Pepsi's official site. You know, it's just a video of them pouring it into a glass, or maybe just some random shots of the cans, and that's it. There isn't anything else where people are saying, oh my God, this is the best, and people are going on, and there's no advertisement stating like, the new best-selling Pepsi is here and it's in your stores now. Like, there's nothing like that. Now, the thing that is really telling about the failure of these drinks is this. We are now in April, and these came out no more than 2 months ago. About a month and a half ago, these have been in stores nationwide in the United States. So within a month of me buying these, I went back to the shelves where the Pepsi Prebiotic was at Target, and there were no other cases of it sold. You know, the same amount of cases when I picked up 2 and left were still there. And then like 3 or 4 days later, I came back to get like some protein bars for lunch, and they were all gone. Now, that wasn't because people all of a sudden within them 4 days came back and was like, oh my God, I gotta buy these. Because beforehand, I bought these, reviewed them, and like a solid 3 weeks went by and nobody touched them. And then I guess they gave them a month window of real estate on this end cap, and then after that month, all right, get it out of here. And I looked elsewhere within the Target. Maybe they're like in a back area or something where some other random soda is. No, it wasn't there, wasn't anywhere. So they are not available in any Targets. I checked on the app. Within a 50-mile radius, they are all either like unavailable, sold out, gone. Yeah, there's nothing. Nothing is available. So if these were successful, this is my theory, they would be pushed more and more. You would think, okay, demand for these, supply to it. It's not like everyone is just wanting these so bad. Because at the price point that they had these at, you get an 8-pack of these for about $9, and it was kind of steep for what this trash is. And then I go on Walmart.com, and I saw that the price of these have dropped. And a lot of Walmarts, you go to Walmart, they're always going to have the surplus of all the new releases. And these in particular had a rollback price to $6. So they're now currently being clearanced out. Now, if these were so hot and selling, I don't think they would be rolling back the prices and clearancing them out. I went on Amazon too. Looked on there, $5.60 or something for the packs. Like, God, it's like within not even 2 months, the price of these have dropped. And I don't think it's because they're selling so well that Pepsi feels like they want to give people a break. Yeah, these are like seen as more hoity-toity, more high-priced sodas. So for these high-priced specialty style sodas to be price dropped like they are, that's a bad sign. Now, there isn't any official statement or sales statement. We won't see that until the end of the year. They have the annual, sales or whatever. So we can't really look at it, but based on all of that, that's my theory. This is my thing. I feel like by the end of the year, my prediction is these are going to be gone, like just forever. So if you guys love these, if there's people out there that love these, I don't know why. I feel bad for you guys, but I do see that these may not survive by 2027. They're just not going to be around. So anyways, Pepsi doing great all around. They made it in number 3 now, but some of their products not doing so hot. I'm sure Poppy is still popping, but them trying to do a crossover and take some of that and put it into their standalone flagship brands, I don't think it's turning out that great for them. So now we're going to take a look into the future and see some new releases that are coming up this year. Pretty excited about that. We've got the 7-Up Mandarin Orange that is coming out this month in April. They're probably in stores now. I haven't seen them yet, but they will be coming out. Sprite Strawberry Kiwi coming out in May, which was available last year for a limited time, but it's coming back. People demanded it. They said, hey, we want it back. We need it now. It was a great flavor, so yeah, they should have it back. There's Dr. Pepper Creamy Coconut. We've already talked about that. There's also a zero sugar version of that as well. Then check this out. Sprite Plus Tea. This soda came out last year for a limited time release. It was all right. And it's coming off the trend of people on TikTok making tea with their Sprite and mixing it together, and people really liking it. So Coca-Cola was like, hey, let's make it and put it in a bottle and sell it ourselves. And apparently a lot of people really enjoyed it, and now it's coming back. But this time, it's labeled as Sprite Black Tea. So if you know anything about sodas at this point where they add Sprite plus tea or take this brand and then add a flavor to it underneath, it lets you know they are planning on branching out with other flavors. But this original Sprite plus tea black tea flavor is dropping in May, and then there are 2 other flavors that are rumored. Not confirmed that they're going to be released yet, but they're rumored. There are images of it, and it's a Sprite plus tea green tea and then a Sprite plus tea jasmine tea. Coca-Cola is probably thinking about this and going, there are so many teas out there. We could do a million different kinds of Sprite plus tea flavors, which would be pretty cool. Here's a big one. Mountain Dew Whiteout is returning. Now, I remember Mountain Dew Whiteout. It was around up until about 2020, even 2021. It was here at the very latest before it did get axed, but a lot of people were complaining that they didn't even see it in 2019. It was just crazy how a regional area like us, we were able to still get Mountain Dew Real Sugar and Mountain Dew Whiteout so late before it did get discontinued. But now Mountain Dew Whiteout is back, and people have said that this is like one of the greatest flavors ever. And it's going to be available in a 3-pack with 2 other flavors. But Mountain Dew Whiteout is the reason why people are going to be buying this 3-pack in the first place. And it's going to be cool. It's coming soon. Don't know an exact date yet, but be on the lookout for that. I am. And then we got Mug Root Beer Floats, Vanilla Howler flavor, coming out spring. That's all we know. I think it's going to be hitting store shelves, I want to say, by May. That's just an estimate by me. It may be out now, but I haven't seen anybody drinking it yet or reviewing it yet. But that's my rough estimate. Be on the lookout for it by May. So Mug Root Beer Floats, Vanilla Howler. Keep that in mind. And this is like from the big whole deal of what Pepsi was wanting to do a couple of years ago. They announced a floats line of sodas, which was Pepsi Floats, Mountain Dew Floats, which wound up being Dirty Mountain Dew, and then Mug Root Beer Floats. Now, both of those, Dirty Mountain Dew and Pepsi kind of became Wild Cherry and Cream Pepsi, which really wasn't like a float flavor, but whatever. I don't know. Pepsi's doing whatever they're doing. But Mug Root Beer Floats is at least keeping their name with the Floats line. So they call this Vanilla Howler. They put that flavor name in there. So it makes me think, will Mug Root Beer Floats as a brand also come out with another flavor besides Vanilla Howler? We shall see. And the last big announcement on the same term and thing of floats is the A&W Root Beer Float. A&W Root Beer Float. And I know it's definitely made because of this flavor that came out last year. This is A&W Ice Cream Sundae, which was ice cream sundae flavored soda. It was like a vanilla and chocolate flavored soda that was like a cream soda. Had no root beer in it. And I think a lot of people might have said, ooh, I thought this was root beer. Wouldn't that be cool if we had a root beer float flavored soda? So I guess A&W was listening, or maybe they were thinking that themselves and realized, let's release a root beer float flavored soda. So that's what we are getting in July, A&W Root Beer Float. Keep a lookout for that. And here is something absolutely nasty crazy. We are going to go into Sprite Chill flavors. There's going to be some coming, I don't know when. The Berry Sprite Chill, nobody knows yet when that's coming out. And then there is also a Sprite Chill Lemon Mint, which I am so excited about. Apparently, the Lemon Mint Sprite Chill is available in Pakistan at the moment. I would love to get a can of that. Could it possibly come over here? I don't know, but man, does that sound amazing. But that is it for your new soda releases for this month in April. I mean, it's not coming out in April, but very soon, by the end of summer, all these flavors should be out. Not these Sprite Chills that I've been looking at, but the rest of them should be out. So be on the lookout for that. And now, to end the show properly, I gotta show you the new pickups that I found that I will be reviewing. And really excited about that. So let's get to it. First off, we have Mirinda Orange Soda. Yeah, I went to a Mexican market and picked up quite a few drinks. Stuff that just kind of caught my eye. Here's another one. This is Boing Soda. Strawberry flavored with pulp in it. A pulp beverage. So I don't know if this is exactly a soda, but we're going to take a gamble with it. Here's another soda. This is Pepsi Lemon. And I was very curious about this. Kind of cautious. Because a lot of these Chinese releases always say it's just regular Pepsi, but the calories are 40. And so that lets you know that there's artificial sweeteners in it, and it's just not going to be as good as an original, just regular full sugar drink. But I checked the calories. It's 210. So this is a legit Pepsi Lemon, or as us here in America see it as a Pepsi Twist. So I'm excited to try this version of Pepsi Twist and see what it's all about. It is Chinese after all, so it probably won't taste the same as the American version, but this is the one I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. And then we've got Amp, and Amp is originally a Mountain Dew flavor. It was made back in the day to sell as an energy drink, and then Amp got so big that they kind of said, you know what, Mountain Dew, we don't have to tack your brand name on it. We're just going to go by Amp. And that's what they've been doing in Mexico. This is a Mexican version of it, and original flavor of Amp is a Mountain Dew flavor, so gonna see what that's all about. They have since brought the Mountain Dew label back to the Amp products, but in Mexico, they still just call it as Amp. And I found this one at Dollar Tree. This is Sprecher root beer. I've been seeing this brand around forever. They're from Glendale, Wisconsin, made with honey, so good, all natural kind of deal. Then here we've got a cola that comes from Saudi Arabia, and it's made with date extract. Bought this for $4.99, so taking a little bit of a gamble. May taste like crap, or it may be absolutely amazing. We will see. And then we've got this. It's A&W, but if you look right there, it says sarsaparilla. And this is the Southeast Asian release, and it's actually bottled or taken care of by Coca-Cola, which is kind of odd. And I found it on Coca-Cola's website, A&W Sarsaparilla, which is different than regular root beer. It's a different way of how it's made with different roots, I think, or something. Something's different about it. And I like sarsaparilla. I tried it once before from another brand, but A&W has a flavor of sarsaparilla. Who would have thought? Then we've got IBC root beer. I've tried this flavor before as a child. It's been a long time since I've had IBC root beer. I found it at Dollar Tree. I'm like, oh God, yeah, that's been around forever. Why haven't I reviewed this? So IBC root beer, gonna try it out. And then from the Mexican market, we've got an apple flavored soda, Sidral Monde. I'm saying it wrong probably, but I love apple flavored soda. Gonna be good. And the final soda, which I showed you guys before, but why not show you again? Mountain Dew Supernova. So excited about this one. Save this one for last. And, oh man, got a purple look to it. Berry melon flavor. Oof. Oof. Well, that wraps up soda news for April of 2026. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you're ready for more soda stuff, make sure to subscribe, give this video a like so it pushes us out more and we can spread the news of soda to all the world. And we're not robots here. We're not going to think that Pepsi Prebiotic is good. We've got a lot of cool stuff ahead. I got to announce that I'm going to be putting out a series of going over my entire Crystal Pepsi collection, one item at a time, and we're going to be going through it thoroughly, showing you every nook and cranny of every release of Crystal Pepsi, and it's going to be very, very thorough, more thorough than you'll ever see anywhere else online, and it's going to be nice and juicy. And that's what we all like here, nice and juicy. I'm DJ Glowing Ice. Have a great rest of the day, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye-bye. Industrial Industries World Radio.